You know I'm so uncomfortable with that because it bring that hood element in. Right. And I'm trying to avoid a certain amount of that hood element to where it's like, you know, like you just got out the mix. That you just got out the mix. So, you know, I'm doing my best to help.
We in the bag. We talking about Warner Music, and it brought us to a question earlier. We talked about some of the past influences of people who are making music to reflect what we're doing, what's going on, what was happening back then. So who's making music now that reflects the time that we're in? What
who's making music now? Who's putting up a good fight now? Killer Mike.
Killer Mike. Shouts to Run the Jewels. Run the Jewels.
Oh, let's go, Rachel.
Rachel likes Killer Mike.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah.
Shouts to Killer Mike. Shouts to Run the Jewels 4. They just dropped that. Listen to that. It's great. My favorite song is Just, J.U., Money Sign T with Pharrell Williams.
I stay fucking a hustle, married to a racket. From the first day of class, I started jackets. I slept with a package under mattress. You know, I love Killer Mike. Yeah.
So shouts to Killer Mike. Shouts to Run the Jewels.
Run the Jewels, Killer Mike. Who's putting up the fight now? Who's really, really pushing the fight forward now? Man, let me stop and think about it. Because I don't know.
All right, well, I'll go through my list because I already
let's go.
Big shouts to Lizzo. Love Izzo. Lizzo. She's doing a lot for body positivity and just being honest, having honest conversations about what it is to be a woman, what it is to be a big, beautiful woman. And I love her for that.
A bizzle, bizzle, whizzle.
And she's just real. I love Lizzo.
Where's she from?
From Minneapolis, actually, from Minnesota.
I thought she was from Detroit.
Nah, I mean maybe I don't know. But
Lizzo from Detroit, y'all. That's what I caught. I heard she was from
Minnesota.
I heard she was from Detroit and she moved to Houston.
All right, somebody look that up. Rachel, can you look that up?
Can somebody look up where Lizzo is from?
Where's Lizzo from?
I'm pretty sure Lizzo is from Detroit.
Lizzo
by way of Houston. But anyway,
see what they say about where she's from.
All right, what's up? Who
else? All right, so shouts to Lizzo. Hopefully we figure out where you're from. RuPaul is really big. It's Pride Month. And I think every podcast I'm gonna figure out a way to put RuPaul in.
RuPaul. Send them checks.
One of my
we need that collaboration.
One of my bigger influences. So shout to her and everything that she's doing for the LGBTQIA.
Can't wait till I got my suit game up. I want to meet RuPaul, decked out in like with the dope with the ill threads on.
Yeah.
And I want for my first time meeting RuPaul for RuPaul to double take like, what are you wearing?
Yeah.
That'll be a proud moment for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Murder
for sure.
Again. I know I'll arrive.
I want to meet RuPaul wearing all fried rice gear, and for her to be like, "Yo, where did you get that?" And I'll be like, "I can introduce you to Maya right now."
Fried rice.
So shout out to fried rice. So
Detroit.
Keep going to get it to hip hop. She's from Detroit.
Woo!
All right, respect.
Stand up, baby.
Respect.
Yeah. Southwest, East Side, West Side, Hamtramck, HP, Northwest.
We love her that much more
Let's
now.
go, baby.
I love her that much even more. And she's from Detroit. So shout out to Minneapolis and Detroit and Houston. So also, Nas.
Yeah, Nasir's still doing it. Nasir Ben Oludara Jones, just in case you don't know.
Nas is big to me for like repping for the community. I remember the album, the N-Word album. And they didn't want to release it under the title, but he was like, I don't care what it's called. We're going to put the music out there. Sly Fox, so many, President's Black, so many great tracks on that album. Always banging on his chest for the culture, for rights for all people. And for more current artists, like really current, the two kings of hip-hop are my idea right now in my mind. Kendrick and J. Cole. Kendrick, I mean, do I even have to say why? I mean, those guys... You know, they're very conscious of their brand, of their community in their music. It's inspiring, but it's also reflective of the community.
Big shout out to Neighborhood Nip, because he was pushing it. He was pushing the line. Yeah. He was really pushing the line.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, I think so. This is one of the things like we talk about the current cats.
Yep.
The people who popped into my mind, especially when you just said Kendrick, was I thought about like I love Q. Like I'm not gonna front. I love Q. The homie YG.
Yeah.
I'm not like seeking out his stuff so much,
right?
But I do follow what he's doing. Like when YG come out with something, I'll go look at everything to see what it is because I feel like especially people who are coming from some place where they're coming from way far away from the side of the fight that is for equality and human rights and things like that. You know, when you talk about people who come up out of neighborhood situations and gang banging and stuff like that, and then are able to, find that path toward
and use their voice.
Absolutely, you know what I'm saying? And Big Snoop showed them the way in a lot of ways, you know, on how to be able to do that, how to be able
and Ice Cube.
yeah,
too.
coming
And
from
Ice-T as
coming
well.
from that. Well, Snoop was active though.
Right.
I think it's different when you talk about people who was active. Like
Right.
Q was active. YG was active. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Q was never banging. You know what I mean? Then that's great. You know what I'm saying? Ice wasn't. Ice was an associate, but he wasn't. You know, part of a street organization like YG but Ice was definitely. He was active. You know, he was robbing jewelry stores and banks and stuff. But I think that it's something to be said about, like, I love that. So I love Q. I love YG. When Q come out with a project, I check for everything.
I want to get kind of back to what the initial point is, because I think this is a very important conversation for the kids, because Pass the Bag is for the kids.
Hey,
just like Wu-Tang's for the kids.
that's right, baby.
For the children.
That's right.
Because kids are baby goats. It's one of my ex-girlfriends used to say that all the time. Kids are baby
like
goats.
that.
The children. Whatever. All right. Investing. Warner Music is a stock. You can go buy it. Now.
Buy shares.
Buy shares.
Yes, sir.
Investing is a language that you can learn to speak, where your money can make more money for you. Your money can become a tool.
You know why I'm turning up?
Financial education is so super duper uber important for the future, because in this recessive COVID pandemic, you know how much money millionaires have, how much more money they have made?
Oh yeah.
$485 billion.
Oh yeah, they're cleaning up because they know how to invest.
Because they know how to invest.
The name of the game is buy low, sell high.
Exactly.
And when things like global pandemics come through, they knock the bottom out of everything. So everything is cheap, right? So then you had the opportunity to be able to, when you have cash on hand, that's another financial term that y'all got to learn. When you got cash on hand, when your company has cash on hand, and then the bottom falls out of everything, you get to be able to take the cash on hand, or to be able to leverage the stock, the company stock that you do have, and then you go buy up a whole bunch of stuff that everything has bottomed out of, and then, So pass the bag, for those of you who don't know, that is financial language.
It is a financial
That's why when we start
mindset.
that's why when we start the show, we say it's not enough for you to get the bag.
You got to learn to keep the bag. And
If you don't know how to manage no money, having money, it's just going to be something you had once upon a time. So, yeah, I love that conversation. We want to make the financial language for the children. We want to make it easy,
So we want to continue to have the conversation about financial. So if you got some tips that we could share with our younger users our younger listeners about how to increase their bag, how to increase their financial awareness and knowledge.
Let's go.
So they can, grow up with more information than we did.
Let's go.
Please share that with us. PassTheBagPodcast@gmail.com, @PassTheBagPodcast, @PassTheBagPod on Twitter, or in our WeChat group. Let us know different tips you learned when you were a kid, you were a child, about how to invest and use your money to grow your wealth and pass the bag.
Yeah, let's
so
do
we'll
that.
get into the next bag, but we love you. Pass that.